Going down to my fencing project. Today is August 11, Tuesday. So I got a very interesting comment just left recently on my latest video that you basically saying you have 101,000 subscribers, but you got less than 1% per video. What's wrong? That's very interesting. One for sure, his maths are wrong. And like I said to him in my reply that I know what are the popular videos, but I can't do this kind of videos as of the moment because we are all in lockdown. And when I can go back, I'll do this again because there's always an update of pricing and people are interested about the Philippine scene, the Philippine advice, and all sorts of things about the Philippines. And also, I was not planning to do a daily update on my live videos like what I'm doing every day. But because of the lockdown, then I can't go out, then I have to do this. And I was surprised by the viewing time that I get from these videos. Although you see that it's only a few views that you can see per video, but the viewing time is really interesting. I'm quite happy with the viewing time that I get from these daily videos that I do about my fencing project, my budget bungalow build. So when I got back to my normal videos, the pricing, the views, the interviews with other people, I will incorporate this kind of videos on my channel because I believe a channel should not only about one thing. It should be like a television that you got a mixture of different subject. For us, you can attract different kinds of viewers. What are their interests? And so, I know Olby agrees with me with that kind of thing. And that is the thing that we plan to do when I go back out. Then Olby now is helping me with the editing, which helps a lot to me. Then I could do more videos that will be popular, more videos that will be interesting, and of course videos that are, some of them maybe not been done yet on my channel because to see what I do, what I get when I go out. So a lot of people as well said that why don't Olby have his own channel? And I thought that to myself that why don't just Olby put it here on my channel, because he will be limited to what are available in the Philippines to do his koi carp on. So you can see I'm here now on my fencing project, and they have done this morning, the filing of the 3 panels that they have poured the footing yesterday. So I'll get down there. I'll go on this side, the sloping part. So you're looking at here what they have done this morning. They are trying to file the blocks on the 3 panels that they have poured yesterday. And I see that Junelle is guiding Julito for the lines. And they also follow the 3 levels, and you can see the horizontal bar going across. So it's now 12 o'clock. They will have a lunch break and then they'll go back after lunch, which is 1 o'clock. So this is the stage that they are. They stop here at 12 o'clock. So Janelle is hoping for a 3-panel rise up on the blocks today. Pasaki ako, Taibi. So I'll just go up with them and then come back later. Going down to my fencing project, I was sidetracked about talking of the koi carp pond that Old Bees planned to do. And I think that it's better that he will incorporate it and show it to my channel instead of having his own channel, because that will be an additional content for people that's viewing on my channel that's also interested in making their own pond or interested about a fish. Like I said, where he come from, you can go to a shop and just buy anything you want about a pond. Either the Venturi system, vortex system that they use. But that's not available here in the Philippines. That's where your innovation will have to surface. Because you have to innovate what are the available pumps, pipes. And like I said, it was even hard to find pipes sizes that he wants. So that will be an interesting content, the failure and success of making the pond. And I think it's more of a failure than success. That's why I told him, if your fishes died, don't throw them away because the lads will eat it. And of course, I got the UB. And so, another thing is, that will be interesting on how he will landscape the land across with all the ponds and how he will make those fishes grow, where he will purchase them, and how he will also, importantly, how he made the pond and his filtration system. Oh, I could see the hangings on the bungalow. I wonder if the windows are now available to pick up so they can see their own dirty hangings, because right now they're blocked by a sheet of metal, so they do not see the rubbish that they put in here on my wall. But definitely, I agree with all of you. I need to make this higher so I won't have to see all this rubbish that they're hanging, because this is not, I don't like watching all of this crap on the side of my wall. So I have to make it higher. Definitely. So I'm here now on the fencing project. I'll check on later if the windows will be available now. So you can see that the Daloy has just made a muck. I wonder if he continues digging or just watch them and wait. But I doubt it, because it seems like he bring a lot of materials from the top to here. So he might just be watching them and unloading his materials. Because I could already tell when he's like slowly doing things, because he's not intending to do anything else than just doing the muck. So you can see here, Junelle is doing the lines, and what he's doing the next layer, waiting for it to dry. Okay. So he's trying to do the 3 panels at once, because that one is 2 blocks down. This one, 3 blocks down. This one is 2 blocks down, the middle one, and then it will be just straight on to here until the last 2 panels. So this is what we are for now. Hopefully that he can finish the 3 panels today. That will be a good job to look at tomorrow. That will be covering the dirt on the other side. And as you can see, the need to raise the wall in the budget bungalow because they decided to hang their clothes on that side instead of the back of their house, where nobody can see their drawers or whatever rags they're washing, but they would rather display it for the world to see, for us to be looking at it every time we pass by. So it will be inevitable that I have to raise the height on that wall on the side of the budget bungalow. And here, that's already blocking most of the rubbish there, but we will still be putting beams on the top, and the column will continue on the side of the wall. As you can see that we have all the rebars ready, putting it up there. So it's Junel who's doing all the lines and measuring it to make sure that Julito can follow it straightly, because he's trying to finish the 3 panels today. So this is the stage that they are. It's now 2 o'clock. So they just had their first line from the one that they have this morning. So it's a big possibility that it will be done, the 3 panels for today. I'm here stopping at the gate, so I could see that the panel is now finished. So they are now starting the other one. So you can see that he said he needs 4 people just to move it about. So they will assemble the other one now over here on that side. I just stopped by where the gate welding man's house to get some water for my screen, because you know I got a problem with my windscreen wiper sprayer, because it's broken. Like it was eating like some rodents, so that's why I park it outside, because it seems like it is from inside where I used to park within my dogs. So that's when I've noticed that the water container thing for the wiper is like eaten. So I'll have to sort that up when I sort out the suspension on this one. It's even today, so I'm planning to check on the windows for the budget bungalow. And since Mandawa is only checking the coding for the vehicles, so today is even, so I might go in without being checked on the QR pass. Otherwise I just have to turn around, but hopefully I could get in. I'm going past this way to Talamban Tintay, going to Mandaue City to see if I could go through. Hopefully I will, because this is nearer to City Hardware than going on the front here of AS Fortuna. So I'm sure you're not familiar, because I haven't been going this way so much. I do have featured this, but not a lot, you know what I mean? So for the new viewers, this is the first time you'll be seeing me going through here. This is Tintay Talamban area. Nothing much difference for around the area of Cebu City anyway. Just all look the same. So there's a stopping point here, and I have to slow down because of this cyclist, but hopefully I could go through. So there's a new, so far I managed to go through. There's 2 checkpoints I have passed, and because the car is even, I was allowed to go through. So this is the difference now, because in Cebu City they check the QR pass, but in here they check the plate number of the cars. So this is now Kanduman Market. So you can see both sides of the road are filled up almost with stalls, because this is the market open daily, like there. So it does have wider roads. Oh, there's a new plant area there on that market. But there's a private market and public market on this place. Like, you know, the people that set up their land to rent stalls for the market vendors. So that is the private market. But the public markets are like owned by the government, of course, as you know. But you can also set up your own private market if you're near the like, you know, the public market. And some people extend those market vendors to the private lands if they're near there, and then they also rent. So far I'm going through Kanduman. So I went through another checkpoint. They haven't checked it properly again. So I am now here in Hagubiao, Mandaue, going to Consolacion. So you see there's ABS-CBN there. There's a lot of multi-cabs for sale on this side. I would like to go back to my pricing videos, and so I'm just checking the perimeters. If there is no restriction, then I could go back again. So if you are hearing some of the clunking around, I'm using my old banger today because it's even. So I know it has a problem with suspension. I'll sort it when it's, because it's somewhere here as well where my mechanic lives. So I'm just checking the parameters. If there is no enemy on the front lines, you know, like there's no restriction, then I could go freely. And then what time? So there's a checkpoint. Let's see if they are, what are they imposing here? There's nobody there. So quarantine checkpoint, it says, but there is no stopping. So going through. No point of putting a checkpoint if you're not checking. So they're not checking it then. Because the windows that I'm thinking of getting is the one that I see in City Hardware Liloan, because that's where the sizes are still available. The usual traffic of Consolacion. Look, you can see that most of the shops on the side are open. There's a stainless steel shop there. And even on this side. So a lot of opening already happening here. But anyway, Consolacion is part of the province. They are not a city yet, but soon will be. They even have SM Consolacion here. I hope this is just their normal traffic na checkpoint, because I will be buggered. I just saw a sign that Consolacion had an ordinance of no smoking everywhere and no vaping, and imprisonment for 1 week and a fine of 1,500 for reported or seen violation. I hope they can impose that, because what I've noticed here, there is not a look, no social distancing everywhere, and it's all open. Yes, some are wearing masks, some don't. So it seems like they have their freedom back. So you can see there underneath the sign, no Consolacion is smoke free. Strictly no smoking and no vaping. They have an ordinance passed about that. So here you can see people, they don't have social distancing, especially there in the market that we passed through. I'll show you another thing that what I mean in a minute, because there's a big market stall there further. So I hope this is just the normal traffic that they do, otherwise I'll have to turn around and go back. I decided to U-turn because I found a U-turn slot. Look at the traffic, it's just too much. I'll just check in City Hardware Mandaue. Perhaps they have already stocked up, because last time I was there during the quarantine, the measurement of the windows that I wanted was not there. In fact, I made a video about it on the French windows, but that was not in Mandaue. That was in Liloan. So hopefully they have stocked up now. So I'm going out Consolacion. So this is the boundary line of Mandaue and Consolacion. So here I'm back to Mandaue City. So I know that the Mandaue only checks the plate numbers of the car. So I know I'm safe, but it seems like there's a proper checking of documents over there. So that's why I have to U-turn. Now I'm back in Mandaue. That's Sinapro. And all these big buses going to the north, Talamban, City Hall, Lacion. Hopefully. So there's some used car area. I will visit that. And next one is the multi-cab area, the Sakura, but there's another one on the other side. I've covered that Sakura before, but it's not as good finish like I wanted it to be. Perhaps the other one is better. But I did still picture Sakura, so to give you choices. So I am now here in Basak, Mandaue. There's a place there that sells tanks. And there's Basak Auto Glass Tinting Services. And the Gaisano Grand. So I'm on my way to City Hardware here, which is a bit further. But I'm just giving you a look what you can find in here. Mandaue is quite highly urbanized city, and there's another place that sells multi-cabs there. I'm just checking out the perimeters as well. If I feature that, where do I park or do I have to walk? If I have to walk, I need to have the proper quarantine pass. So it's quite traffic around here. It's like normal days, not the quarantine days still. Olby requested for the pricing of some of the dustbins. So here, this one is like a wheel bin, 3,500. So you got that design in blue, green, and yellow, red. And the smaller one here, this is the round ones. I can't see the pricing. I don't know. But that one, the square one, that's 755 each. This is the ashtray with bin, 1950. This is like a round one. So this one, this type here is 24. That's 24. You know, I featured this before, the French window designs that I'm thinking of getting for the Budget Bungalow. But I'm waiting and waiting for the wood lumbers to open, but they haven't. So I think I'll just have to buy a few, and so they can have windows. Then I could have something to copy it from. So this is like 533 per window. But it will not be enough for the measurement of the windows of the Budget Bungalow, but I will frame it up with those mahogany planks of wood that I have at home. 10 mm.
Taga sa kikilid o
10 cm.
dili. 10 cm din ang sakto to.
Sige, i-frame na lang nako, kanina lang akong kwaon ko.
Lang siya gud.
Cause I think the height is pila yung height gay niya dudong?
Height nga.
Height.
Nga ganan, relax muna dun.
Relax una ga ha.
Okay, by inches 18 by 36 man siya.
Oh, ang kanang centimeters.
90, nasa mga
92.
92.
Ay, frame na lang yun ako. Because ang akong my measurement is 1.2 by 1.2 by 1 meter. So ma-frame lang siya.
Kuan man gud naman kuan na ba, fix na ba? Size.
Standard na siya ninyo. Sige. So this is then I will get some of the glass.
Anong glass, ma'am?
Gato lang kuan inside. Kada pang 6.
Unsay glass mo kasi, ma'am, glass?
I'm just buying this first lot. There's one with a little bit of damage, but if I got 10% off on this, I will just put it in the back of the Budget Bungalow. Why should I have it make it so nice? You know what I mean? So these are the French windows that I'm planning to put there. So liluan got more same pareham kag size itong sa liluan gudong.
Yes, ma'am.
Sige, ito na lang nako. So in liluan they have 16 pairs of this one. So like this damage here, 10% off. I'll just paint it over. I will put it on the back of the Budget Bungalow. They don't even take care of their things anyway. Dito?
Dressod lang.
Ah. So I'm gonna go and look for the hinges. What are the cheap hinges that I could put on that one? Asa inyo mga baratong bisagraga? Para bintana. Bintana lang. Kaniga? Thank you, ga. So these are the cheap ones, she said. Let's see how cheap. So this is just too small. I drop it. That will not carry that one. So I need a substantial one, but it's not here. So these are the hinges prices. Loose hinge pins, 98. So I'll have a look. So I won't buy the hinges here because it seems very dear. Even the small hinges there is already 90 pesos. I'm only prepared to give them like 15 pesos hinges. Pwede ra. You can see the Mandawi City traffic is back to normal. This is the Mandawi City Highway where you pass through going to the north, and this is what's the normal look when it's traffic, and it's back to this kind of state now. So most of the establishment here in Mandawi City is already open because you can see that they have been so long under the GCQ. It's only in Cebu City that it's just been lax after we've been GCQ and now ECQ for another month. Now we've just been back to GCQ, which is laxier than, more relaxed than the ECQ, but we are more strict here. They're scared that we will go back to ECQ again. So I'll be going via Kabangkalan. So I'm here in the highway. You can see I'm passing through Billmount Hardware and a lot of commuters waiting for jeepneys. And I'm shocked that this is the normal traffic usually before, just moving a little bit, just moving a little bit, and it's back to that. So I'll go on the side of the overpass because I'm going to, or there's an ambulance counter facing. So I'm slowing down because of these two bike riders, but I'm going to the right road here, and they have lights here now, so it's just in time with green, but I think I just have to wait for these bikes to go. This is how hard it is to go through the city traffic. Oh, the shoes are back there now. I'm thinking of getting myself a new shoes for work on my construction site, that even if it's been spilled with cement, you don't mind so much because it's the original. It's just copy. It's now 5:30, so people have stopped their work, ended up their work rather, and now going through the bus. Look, the bus area. There's no social distancing, but it's gonna be mandatory with a face shield on August 15. So like that woman's wearing, like a welder. So I'm going home now. I have 8 windows here for the Budget Bungalow. Then I will sort their windows. I'll just buy some cheap hinges and then off we go. So I did manage to get in Mandaue City without the right QR pass, as long as you have the right coding of the car. So since most of my pricing videos is done in Mandaue City, so it seems like I'll be back to pricing soon.